welcome to Concepts in 3 Minutes or Less. In this video, we'll be looking at development models or methodologies, namely Agile, Spiral and Waterfall. I'll also touch on a fourth called the V model, though this isn't required for the study design. You'll find references in the Applied Computing Study Design 2020 to 2024 on pages 12 and 39. On page 12, the description of the problem-solving methodology notes that the PSM can be used for each iteration of Agile development, though I think in practice it's subtly different, and I'll explain why later. The software development life cycle is like any life cycle. There is birth, life and death, a beginning, a middle and an end. You've been taught to plan essays this way, so you can reuse much of that skill here. The development phase is what the study design refers to as the SDLC, so we can focus our attention there. But note that the birth phase is really only 20% of the whole life cycle. Software is so complex and interwoven that it is impossible to roll out flawless applications, so the lifetime includes, among other supports, bug fixes. Eventually though, hardware improves, fashions change, and new techniques take root, such as our current AI boom, the internet and collaborative cloud. When it takes more resources to keep a product going than the value it provides, it is deprecated. Anyone remember the groundbreaking Windows 3.1? Here's an excerpt from a Gantt chart. I wonder if you can see the waterfall. Similar to the waterfall approach is the V model. The lower you go down into the developer's cave, the further you are from the customer. Developers are very isolated from the customer in this model, and it does share some similarity with the waterfall model. With Waterfall, the design phase is long and arduous, sitting down with the customer and thrashing out requirements to ensure that nothing is missed, because once a project is designed, change is expensive. The design includes chunking the tasks and distributing to the developers who, develop. When all the parts are complete, they are integrated together and tested. Unit tests are completed by each developer, system tests are conducted by the integrators, and user acceptance testing is conducted with the customer to validate that everything works and verify that all the requirements set out in the design have been met. Big companies with huge systems to build and massive budgets takes years to complete this cycle. Agile, on the other hand, means quick to move, adapt and change as circumstances require. It has its own language, which I'll go through in a minute. Terms are from rugby, athletics, Japanese culture and literature. One big difference from Waterfall, though, is that Agile involves continuous communication with the customer. Agile is sometimes seen as mini dev cycles, and this is what they meant in the study design, but Agile, in my opinion, is more. In 2022, 86% of development was Agile. An epic is the big picture, which is broken down into smaller stories. A backlog is a list of all the tasks to be done to make a working solution. The backlog consists of features and bugs. A sprint is a fixed time, let's say 2 weeks. Backlog items are allocated to developers at the beginning who commit to completing the task by the end of the sprint. There is a daily scrum led by a scrum master, coach, so everyone knows where the project is up to. Kanban is a way of visually representing each developer's progress. Microsoft Azure does this very well. At the end of a sprint is a retrospective, where developers present their results and then the process repeats. The term CI/CD means continuous integration and delivery, and this is a big part of Agile. Spiral is an odd one, and I've never seen it used formally. Its aim is admirable though. Every cycle should represent a complete prototype. The minimum viable product is the first stage, and each cycle adds features and complexity with complete products available at regular intervals. One of the key features of Spiral is risk management. Pause the video for a moment to take in the phases of Spiral design. Thanks for watching. With only a few days to go, I want to wish you all well. I will try to get another video out before then, but if not, my very best wishes to you for a good outcome.